Warning: the following game is rated M for mature for the following reasons of blood and gore, partial nudity, and violence. The commentary partly reflects upon that aspect, containing vulgar language, swearing, and of course, more swearing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ghost Dragon Gaming. My name is Mr. Terminator.
And I'm Daedra Victorious Soul, your lovely narrator in this fun-filled journey.
And welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls Remastered.
Yes.
Last time we started off here in the painted world of Ariamis.
Yep.
And this time we're going to be finishing up here.
Yep. So you can grab the items here on the bridge.
Go to Dragon Scale.
Now, that other half of the dragon is going to block you.
Okay.
On top of that, technically speaking, that's actually one of the bound demon things. You know, the half dragon legs that were down in Isolith that they reutilized here. A glitch. You're not going to do the glitch, by the way, but a glitch people do to kind of shortcut through this place is that they'll do a specific jump attack, and it'll actually hit the actual hittable parts of the dragon legs here and make them stand up, and you can just walk right underneath. We're not going to do that though, and we're going to go through this normally.
So what, attack it?
No, don't attack it. I said we're not doing the glitch, genius.
I didn't know what else we were going to do to...
We're going to go through normally, which is go through the door in the tower.
Okay.
If you want to, you can also go up the tower and get a goodie that's up there too.
Okay.
Do be warned, there's bird people, and it's a very narrow path up. And toxic. Who saw that coming?
It's fine. It's fine.
That will allow for you to leave an invasion summon request, believe it or not. So the way how that works is that if you put it down, players can see it, and then they can choose to summon you to then fight. Weird, I know.
Okay.
You want to run back to the bonfire, or...
Yeah, let's do that.
That drop will kill you, so don't. Now. Now.
Where, then?
No, I mean, in fact, you could go down this way, but then you're going to be in a spot where you don't want to be.
Oh.
Don't jump. No, you had it right. No, no.
What?
Straight, and then right. And then jump. Should be able to jump here. No, I guess you can't. Oh well.
Give me a second, I got an idea. Ingenuity.
Yeah. Is that what this shit is called? Hey, remember that spot you said that you didn't have to go through all the toxic people again?
Shut up.
I love it when shit like this goes around in a circle. Heal up before you go. Okay, or you can heal up now.
Fuck you.
Heal up,
I'm going to.
and then go back.
That way.
No, back. Alright, to clarify for you, man, if I say go backwards, then that means go back the way you came from, okay? No, ignore that. Left. If I tell you to go back, it means, you know, literally behind you. Go back that way.
Alright.
Down there. That's the way you wanted to go. For those of you wondering, yes, I have many hours in this game. On the plus side, though, you have almost everything here done.
Good.
The only thing you haven't got done yet is the boss of this place.
Now that guy. Let's see here.
Wow, 1,000 health.
Alright.
Alright, ready to face the boss?
I guess so.
Prepare your equipment first, though.
Oh, right. Okie dokie. Here we go.
Just gonna run around the phalanx.
Well, I mean, they're not going to be able to chase me through here, right?
They move really slow, but I mean, honestly, they should be able to catch up to you if you're lucky.
So what, should I go back and take care of them?
Ah, you should be fine. Wow. There's a guy behind you.
I take care of this guy first.
You are a unicorn. Just the synchronized death pose roughly. It's like, alright, everyone, like we rehearsed.
How do you like it? Hey, wait.
Alright, you ready for that, boss?
Yes, so are those, is that half of the dragon, like, above us or something?
Yeah.
Or?
Don't worry.
Here we go. Is that a,
Walk forward a bit more.
she's not attacking me.
You can talk to her. Talk to her from
Who
here.
art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I,
Plank's behind her,
thine
by the way.
desires shall be requited not.
Talk to her again.
Thou must returneth whence thou came. This land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind, but thou dost not belong. I beg of thee, plunge down from the plank and hurry home.
She doesn't really seem hostile.
So here's the thing. This is an optional boss. You can choose to ignore her, go to the edge behind her, plunge down, and leave this place. Now, If you do that, you can come back here again eventually, and you can fight her if you also choose. By killing her, you get her soul, and if you cut off her tail, you get a weapon from that. This is needed in order to get platinum, and there's also a trophy linked to her.
I don't really want to do it.
If you don't want to do it, then you can just go behind her then.
I mean, she seems peaceful and, nice,
Then take the plunge. I mean, you're not going to platinum anyways.
Yeah. So, if she wants to be left alone, then
The next optional boss, however, who wants to be left alone, we're killing.
Of course we are.
But you spared the half-breed. Good job.
Half-breed?
That's what she is. Alright.
Are you gonna give me the lore despite not killing her, or?
I'll give you the lore.
Okay.
I actually like Priscilla.
Oh, that's her name?
Mm-hmm. That makes me a little bit happy, the fact that you spared her. She's a half-breed and technically speaking a hybrid.
Aren't those kind of the same thing?
Well, I say technically speaking because some people argue back and say that she technically speaking has 3 different races in her.
3?
Mm-hmm. That's an extreme technicality.
Oh, someone dropped an item.
Yeah, these guys drop shit items anyways, man.
Alright.
Just get to the bonfire and then warp, and then I can go through all the lore.
Okay.
While we're down here at the bonfire down below, you could also kindle that too.
True.
Wrong way.
Huh? Oh, right, the stairs.
That kills you.
Not from that height.
It's bad for this game sometimes.
Okay, and we need one more for this one, right?
So the reason why I'm telling you to kindle this, we'll come back to it later on after DLC though, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so. While you get ready to warp to the, our spot for comfy lore time, I will begin going through some of the lore of where we were. And then I'll go full in detail once we get there. So, before I begin, any questions?
Why did we need a doll to get into a painting?
I can explain that when you warp.
Okay.
Anything else? Warp while you're thinking.
Did those people knew what was in that painting? Like, the ones...
Painting Guardians?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'll begin. Give me that controller. So, the painted world of Ariamis is much a home as it is a prison. I'll explain.
Yeah.
So, you picked up a couple of different things while you were down there. Let us begin from some of the more basic things, such as the, where is it again? It's one of the pyromancers you got here. Acid Surge, I believe it was. Was it Acid Surge? Yeah, it was this one. So, this is a pyromancy foreign to the Great Swamp, and it emits acid, which corrodes weapons and armor. Not all pyromancy originates in the Great Swamp. One hears rumors of unknown pyromancers inhabiting various lands, and this spell is the work of one such outlander. Take note of that last part. Outlander. Fire Surge, which reads, pyromancy foreign to the Great Swamp. Create a surge of flame from the palm of hand.
And this one's also from an outlander.
Uh-huh. Of which we gain from 2 of those pulsating sack people.
Yeah.
Now, because we didn't necessarily really fight Priscilla, you couldn't really grab something that was in there, which is the one king guy's armor. We didn't get that.
Okay.
Now, that guy's armor is known as the Xanthus crown, that giant head thing.
Mhm.
Now, that's actually from the predecessor of this game, Demon Souls,
Huh.
where that guy was a invader, much like them,
Mhm.
which you have to fight actually in order to win, to get further in the game. It was an NPC invasion boss. However, it was not just that. If you were online, you get invaded by a player.
Oh, like an actual
Actual player.
during that fight.
No, the player is the boss.
Is it an actual like player, or is it
It
an
could be an actual
AI?
player, or it can be an AI if you're offline. If you're online, though, it can be an actual player.
And what? How do they decide who gets to fight you at that point?
They just pick randomly. It's just a random person that's trying to invade a world, and they pick that person to then invade you.
And they look like the king guy,
They
or
get the Xanthus crown.
huh.
Now, aside from that, though, you also had those phalanx people down there, right?
Yeah.
That was also from Demon Souls, with the phalanx ball.
Okay.
So there's that also. Now, there was a key they picked there.
The
It was
annex
the annex key. Key to the annex in the painted world of Ariamis. In the wintry painted world, there is a section, statuary? Yeah, statuary resembling an old cathedral. Its annex serves as a type of storehouse. Basically, it was where they stored stuff.
Okay.
But here's the thing, if you remembered, you picked up the Dark Ember. The Dark Ember reads, Ember required for weapon ascension. The church long hid the forbidden black ember, and no living blacksmith knows of it. And it will ascend a +5 divine weapon to an occult weapon. Occult weapons are used to hunt the gods, and are effective against their followers and kin. Now, I've read all of that. Let me explain to you what the painted world of Ariamis is.
Who is Ariamis anyway?
The painter of that world. Next question.
Do we ever meet?
Nope. So here's the thing with the painted world of Ariamis. It is the place that Gwyn, Izalith, Gravelord Nito, and countless others of the followers of Gwyn throw everything that they're afraid of into. Everything that you see there is what does not belong in Gwyn's age of existence. The painted world of Ariamis is their version of the Blight Town that the Depths have for those that are unwanted and undesired. Everything of which that Gwyn and his allies feared was thrown there. The occult weapons, the occult followers, all those hollows that are there are potentially the original occult leaders. Remember, they tried to fight against Gravelord Nito. We found Havel locked away in the bottom of that basement tower, but we found his gear with an occult club, implying that Havel actually turned traitor against Gwyn. Havel, however, it seemed like he was just locked away in that basement tower and went mad, insane, and hollow. But still, anyone and everyone that ever tried to attack Gwyn and his allies, they lost in the occult war. And for their troubles, were either executed.
We're thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about Priscilla then? She doesn't exactly seem.
The painted world of Ariamis, as I said, is a prison, but also a home of the unwanted.
Unwanted.
here's the thing with Priscilla. Priscilla is a half-breed child. Some people, technically speaking, argue that it's 3. And the 2 that's confirmed is that she's part giant and part dragon. Her mother being Guinevere, and her father being Sea.
So she's Gwen's granddaughter.
Kind of. The life hunt scythe of which she wields was something that could slay the very gods, something of which they all feared. And because of that, she was innately feared to begin with, and never exactly welcomed. Priscilla had then chosen to willingly go into the painting. I'm going to quickly scroll over, because I avoided going over the doll for now until, currently. A strange doll in strange dress. There once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly, and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. Now, part of the thing with Priscilla is that when she entered into the painted world, she was accepted as a sort of keeper and guardian. The citizens there accepted her happily. Take note, the undead dragon that we fought there is, technically speaking, the first whole undead dragon we've ever met. Not like the half that we saw beforehand in the one area. You saw all the jail cell things around where King Jeremiah was. I believe that was the first, if you will, expedition in there when forcibly thrown in there by Gwyn and his friends. And Priscilla kind of became the leader of them, protecting them. The citizens were happy, lived peacefully, and then we showed up. Technically speaking, we're the outliers here. We're the outsider who has a place that we still belong in, unlike them. And when we entered in randomly, sure, we couldn't leave through the bonfire. We had to go to the other side. But to these people, we were an invader in their own home. Now, there is a question behind how exactly is it that Gwyn has his children? Who was the mother, right? That would be Velka. Velka is the goddess of sin. And we see that we have a lot of Velka's stuff. She's not actually dead, but I want to point out, Velka's aspects of sin are also represented with crows. All the Corvian people that we saw there, the crow people.
So she's connected with them. Why would they?
Well, remember, she's the goddess of sin. She hunts the guilty. What's Gwyn guilty of?
He was afraid of his own life.
Yep. Now, the armor that we found in there probably was not actually Velka's attire itself, but more like her followers. And technically speaking, Velka has been watching us on our journey through here. After all, our pilgrimage from the asylum to Lordran was through what?
Giant crow.
Not Velka again, but definitely through her hand. Some people believe it's through Velka's will that we came here and have punished, essentially, all of those that have sinned.
That's why Priscilla's is an optional one. She's innocent.
Mm-hmm. As well as the other optional boss, but we're going to fight him. Because here's the thing with Velka and that other optional boss. Technically speaking, she cherishes him. But at the exact same time, he's also guilty. So here's the big thing with Velka. And why I say that Priscilla, technically speaking, is a combination of three species, because Velka is human, not a giant. Like Gwyn, which Gwyn is a giant, by the way. So saying that Priscilla's a half-breed, not entirely right. She is a hybrid, but not a half-breed. There's three things there. Dragon, human, and giant. The other big thing, though, in regards of with Velka, is the children. We, of course, have, Guinevere, and then we have Gwyn. Now, believe it or not, there is a firstborn who is unmentioned. In fact,
We found his ring.
here's the thing, though. His name is stricken from any annals of history. God.
Why?
Let me put it to you like this. He did something so bold, so big, that really, really hurt Gwyn.
That was?
And, by the way, partly gave him his fear of humanity.
What did he do?
I'll show you quickly with that ring that we got. If we go over to your ring selection and go to the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn, we can read, Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to the loss of the annals and rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known.
But what did he do?
Let me put it like this. The occult wars wound up popping up against Gwyn to try and overthrow him because they saw him as a tyrant. This is not because of the Sun's Firstborn. The Sun's Firstborn is a warrior. Now here's the best part. Ornstein's armor is based around the design of the Sun's Firstborn. Not only this, but Gwyn's firstborn son was powerful. So powerful, in fact, that if we read through some of the different dialogues in the game, this does come out, so I can't explain it. He basically sided with the dragons against his own father. Yeah. Of course, he lost. And Gwyn basically banished his own son.
Why did he change sides?
That's not explainable, not until Dark Souls 3. All I can say is that because of his efforts, any mention of him was removed. The sunlight statue at the sunlight altar that we saw Solaire at beforehand, that smashed statue,
It was him?
and if you look closely at it, the armor is very close to Ornstein's armor, as well as that cross spear.
Damn.
And if you saw beforehand, when you were looking at the statues of Gwyn and his daughter, and then the empty bust next to it, that's where that firstborn son would have been.
Is that also another reason why he put Ornstein in that one spot?
No, Ornstein was just one of his chief knights at the time.
Well, I mean, his armor does look closely to his son. Right?
Yeah, but again, Ornstein just happened to be his chief knight. Doesn't change anything. He had his chief knight protect his daughter. Make sense?
Okay, I thought there was something like.
Nope.
Alright.
But that's the reason why Ornstein's armor has the red plumage. war. Red. You can do the rest of the math, right?
Yeah. Damn.
So much has opened up, right? In these last few episodes.
Also, I just want to give Priscilla a hug because I think she needs it. Like,
But yeah, if you killed her, you would have gotten her soul. If you cut off her tail, you would have gotten a dagger out of it.
just a dagger? Seriously?
The powerful dagger, believe it or not. Daggers are powerful in this game. If you get a backstab with a dagger, it's basically an insta-kill. Or if you manage to pull off a riposte. That's dead. That's deadville. You're dead. You're not coming back from that. You're fucked. 16 ways to Sunday. More importantly, though, in a sense, by sparing Priscilla, because this is where it gets interesting. It gets fuzzy on the aspects of whether or not Priscilla is alive or dead in later iterations of the game. It's kind of unknown, to be honest. It's left very, very vague. It's like, is she alive? Is she dead? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think that relatively sums up everything. You have any other questions?
I think that's all I've got.
I want to remind those that are still here, probably cracking their knuckles, to probably type something in the comment section about how I got something wrong. I want to reiterate something important here. The lore of this game is subjective to however it is you want to take it and look at it. I'm more than positive there are people who have a completely different headcanon than what I have in this game. The lore is kept vague for a reason. It's never truly explained, and we have these little snippets scattered upon items, boss souls, and even boss weapons, of which we don't have. I have to look online in order to refresh myself about this stuff. So, to put it simply, you might have a different thing. Cool for you. I'm just telling you how it is I pieced it together. Could I be wrong? Most definitely, I could be wrong. I'm just simply telling you guys the story that I've pulled together. I have to say, it's rather interesting, isn't it? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Sadly, though, this is roughly the last time we'll be here to talk about lore of the main game. We still got DLC to go through.
Alright.
Alright. So, until then, everyone, do me a huge favor. Stay hopeful.
See y'all next time.
Bye.